West Liberty is a good team. We're still marveling over the fact that they had an 89-80 game down at West Virginia State, 9-point difference. State did beat them, but it was on State's court. They beat us by 38 down there. I didn't think anybody could stay within 9. Well, West Liberty did, and they beat Cal State the other night by 12 points, California University, that is. We just know that they're going to be tough to beat here tonight.
They've had a tough schedule. They played teams like Shepherd and other very formidable people.
West Virginia
Wesleyan, who's ranked number 2 in the WVIAC. And they come in here really hungry and ready to knock off somebody that's honorable mention this week in District 18 and in the NAIA.
Right. We're saying the same thing over again, but it's going to be a good game, Frank.
You have to be happy with the results of your Glenville game. You saw a lot of things happen and come together a little bit, and Glenville played a nice game against you.
Well, you know, surprisingly, just minutes ago in the locker room, I told the guys that I believe we're a better team now than the team that beat Fairmont by a lot of points. That wasn't the real us that night. It was done on inspiration, whatever, things falling totally in place. But, you know, we had a couple of very shabby games after that. We had a shellacking after that. We had a couple 3 victories after that. And that's the growing that takes place. I think we're smarter now, and hopefully we can prove it.
This, I feel this one be one of your real challenge tonight, Rudy, on this court to play and beat this team. They're going to play you tough, and they know how to play against a good team.
Yeah, I agree. But then we're going to go every game talking about challenges because everybody's going to test us in the district. And as our fans probably know, we start district play this new year against Westminster at Westminster Saturday night, and then home Monday against Geneva. But we'll go every game, you and I, talking about somebody testing us, but that's how it'll be. Every game will be a test.
You're starting 5 now. Come up with a solid starting 5 to start this January road trip.
Well, we're starting a different team than started against Glenville, in as much as Terry Clark started down at Glenville. But we'll revert back to what we were doing for the most part the first semester. Rick Puskar and Darren Walls on the swing position, Sean McCallister at the point, and underneath Theron Hogue and Rob Montgomery.
Good luck to you and the Jackets here at West Liberty this evening.
Thanks, Frank.
Oh, Jackets, after being benched on Saturday night against Glenville down in the West Virginia State Classic, so Rick Puskar back in the starting lineup. But look for Terry Clark probably now to move into the number 6-man role. He'll probably be the first man in for Rudy Marisa tonight unless Montgomery gets in foul trouble. Then Derek Samuels will come in. And it looks as though, of course, it takes more than just one game for a trend to develop. But judging from what we saw against Glenville down in Charleston, West Virginia on Saturday night, it looks as though the point guard position is beginning to solidify a little bit for Rudy Marisa and the Yellow Jackets. Sean McCallister started down there and played most of the game, and he's starting again here tonight against West Liberty. So that means Kevin Lee will probably not come into the game quite as quickly as he had been up until Saturday night when the Yellow Jackets shook things up a little bit following that devastating defeat to West Virginia State and on Friday night. So it looks as though things are beginning to fall into place, and what better time to have that happen than right now. And the off guard will be Darren Walls. McCallister with 6 points and 6 assists a ball game at point guard. Darren Walls, leading scorer on the team, averaging 20.7 points per ball game. Rick Puskar will be the other swing man tonight. He's averaging 14.3 a ball game. And on the back line, Theron Hogue, averaging 16.3 points and 7.5 rebounds a ball game. In the center, Rob Montgomery, 14 points and 8.6 rebounds per game. Also look for Terry Clark to see a lot of action tonight, coming in very quickly off the bench for Rudy Marisa. Look for Derek Samuels and Vance Walker also to see a lot of action for the Yellow Jackets tonight. Now, McCallister flips it into the corner on the right side to Puskar. Back to McCallister. Puskar again. Deeper in the corner to Montgomery. Back out around the horn he goes. Over on the left side to Theron Hogue in the corner. Back to McCallister. Mishandles the ball. Gets it back. Puts up a shot, and he's fouled from behind. And the foul will go on West Liberty, and that's the first foul of the night.
Yes, the foul is on the big Mike Moore, the rebounder, and shot maker. Mike Moore had a great game against Waynesburg College.
Let's pick up West Liberty defensively just as soon as we can. Jackets inbounded, Puskar jumper blocked, and the loose ball picked up by West Liberty. And we come the other way. Over the timeline it comes. Hinkle, long pass into the corner to Kenny Holmes. Back out to Hinkle at the point, and he moves it on the right side to Gold. Working the guard positions. Now on the right side, deep in the corner, Moore. Back out to Gold. Gold is deep into the corner to the other side to Kenny Holmes. Back to Moore. One-hander. No good. Rebound Waynesburg. Puskar clears to McCallister. Sean on the run. Pulls into the mid-to-forecourt area. The ball is stolen away by West Liberty on the steal. Hinkle brings it into forecourt. Baseline pass stolen right back by Waynesburg. They're on Hogue leading the fast break. Stops, flips it underneath the Walls. Walls with the baseline move and a shot up, no good. Rebounds tapped outside. McCallister gets it, takes it back inside, pumps it up, no good. Rebound is loose. McCallister up with it, fires, no good. Rebounds loose. And finally, West Liberty comes up with it. Gold flips it long to Holmes. He lays it up, no good. Missed the bunny. Holmes gets the rebound. Baseline, turnaround jumper, good. Kenny Holmes with the first blood of the night. Wild and woolly here at West Liberty, right?
Yeah, no percentage in the first time. The Waynesburg College missing some good chances, especially the point guard, Sean McCallister.
Here's Theron Hogue. Jumper, no. Rebound, West Liberty. The rebound taken by Todd Emmerich, and the big 6'7" senior flips it in backcourt to Gold, and he'll run it over the timeline. Now to point guard Hinkle, and they set it up. Hinkle into the corner on the left side. Jumper from the side, in and out. Rebound, West Liberty up and good by Gold.
Ron Gold can jump, and I think the Yellow Jackets are letting him get in a little bit. Offensive board that time. No contest.
And the Hilltoppers lead it by 4. 18 minutes left to play in the first half. Jackets work the perimeter of the West Liberty zone now as the baseline drive is cut off. They dump it to Hogue. Jumper, Theron, no, off the heel. Jackets ice cold here tonight. Rebound, West Liberty. Into forecourt it comes with Hinkle at the wheel. He goes into the corner on the right side to Moore. Moore, cross-court pass, outside Gold, jumper, no. Rebound, Waynesburg. Montgomery clears it to McCallister. Sean runs it into forecourt, pulls up in the paint, dumps it off to Theron Hogue, jumper good. 15-footer off the break, the stop and pop by T, and the Jackets break the ice, and it's now a 2-point basketball game with West Liberty leading.
Off the transition that time, the game moving. Waynesburg has really not gotten into a half-court offense.
3-point attempt is good. No, they say 2 points that time for Mike Moore. It was very close to being a 3-pointer. And the Pants won 3, but the officials say, nope, not going to get it this time down the floor. It's 6-2. West Liberty leads. Here's Theron Hogue handling the ball in the corner for Waynesburg. Right side, low post. Montgomery stripped away. Robb has the ball stolen away in the paint, and up with it is West Liberty. And in backcourt, handling the ball is Hinkle. Jackets peel back into their zone defense. Hinkle just walks it over the timeline, and they set it up going to Gold on the right. Now a high post pass stolen away by Waynesburg. McCallister, a collision, and a foul called in midcourt on West Liberty. Gold going for the steal, got right in Sean's way, did not have position. Sean collided with him, and Moore, or Gold, that is, picks up the foul.
Called for blocking the second team. Waynesburg yet to commit a personal foul, and maybe that's one reason they're really not into it yet, John.
Jackets inbound it to Theron Hogue, back to Walls, top of the key. Now to McCallister, will bring it out to the point and set it up. Walls on the left side into the corner. Left side, Montgomery. Back out to Puskar. 15-foot jumper. No, it's short. Rebound, West Liberty. Pulled down by Emmerich and clears quickly into forecourt to the baseline. Here's a drive and a shot up, blocked by Waynesburg. Montgomery on the block. Up with the loose ball is McCallister off the break. Sean flips it to Walls. Walls, baseline, Puskar, jumper, no. Rebound, West Liberty, stolen away. Up with the loose ball is Puskar. He fires off the glass, no good. Rebound, Walls, hooker, good.
I think it was Montgomery that time. No,
Darren Walls on the hook.
Okay.
Hook shot on the rebound. So it's back to a 2-point basketball game. Still, the Hilltoppers lead at 6-4. We're down to 15:55 left to go in the first half. Hilltoppers with the basketball, and Hinkle working the outside with Gold. Now they go baseline to Holmes. Back out now, high post shot blocked by Puskar, but a foul going to be called. That's Mike Moore going up with a shot. Rick Puskar blocked it, but he also got a piece of Mike, and he'll go to the line.
Foul called on Sean McCallister, his first, team first.
Moore, second best free throw shooter on the team at 80% on the season. 6'6" senior from Fairfax, West Virginia. And he'll get a couple from the line here.
This game is brand new, just started just 4 minutes and around 4 seconds ago.
So far, rather lackluster performance by the Yellow Jackets. Shooting percentage isn't very good at all as Moore makes the first.
Mike Moore had 30 points in the opening game of the season against Waynesburg College at the new college gym.
Moore's second attempt is on the way, and it too is perfect. And it's an 8-4 lead for West Liberty. Jackets into forecourt as Sean McCallister now puts on the brakes after trotting over the timeline. Sets it in motion to Puskar in the corner. Jumper good. Rick Puskar, his first bucket of the night. Close to three-point territory, but not quite. And it's an 8-6 West Liberty lead.
Rick still wearing the nose apparatus to protect him from any kind of an injury. He has a broken nose. It's healing up and looks good.
Gold with a shot blocked by Waynesburg, but the loose ball goes to West Liberty and a foul called. Up with the loose ball, Todd Emmerich taking it to the hoop is fouled on the way up.
Rick Puskar picking up the foul. It'll be a two-shot attempt. And it's first on Rick Puskar, second team.
So at the line now is Todd Emmerich. Todd struggling at the line this season, shooting just about 30%. Makes the first.
He was given the starting nod very late, was not among the starting five.
That was either him or Bodell, and they finally went to Emmerich. He made them both, and it's 10-6 West Liberty. Jackets own the ball. In the forecourt it comes. Walls, left side, corner to Theron Hogue. High post Montgomery, turnaround jumper good.
Left-handed spinning shot, little jumper from 8 feet.
Rob, his first bucket of the evening. Walls, Puskar, Hogue, and Montgomery, all with two. The only Yellow Jacket not to score yet is McCallister. And Waynesburg is back within two as they work, the Hilltoppers work the perimeter of the zone. Now a shot from the corner is good. From about 18.5 feet out, Mike Moore hits. He has a half dozen of the 12 West Liberty points, and it's back to a 4-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Here's Waynesburg again. McCallister looks to Puskar on the left, doesn't go there. Top of the key to Walls instead. Darren starts inside, pulls up, baseline jumper, good. Walls with a nice senior-type move there from the sophomore, Frank.
Darren, yeah, he likes West Liberty. He had 24 points in the opening game against West Liberty.
Here's a shot from the baseline. West Liberty, no good. Rebounds loose. Up with it is West Liberty again, and Holmes goes back up with it, and he's fouled.
Well, Coach Rudy Marisa up yelling at the box out. Rick Puskar gets his second foul, team third, and the Waynesburg College Yellow Jackets not doing the job on the defensive boards, letting West Liberty do what they want in there, and West Liberty showing good jumping ability in the person of Kenny Holmes.
So Holmes at the line now. He's a junior from Martins Ferry, West Virginia. About a 70% free throw shooter on the year, misses the first.
As a team, West Liberty has shot 5 times already. Waynesburg College not yet to reach the charity stripe.
Holmes' second attempt is on the way, and it's no good. Off the heel, and the rebound's loose. Holmes gets it back. It bounced right to him. Jumper, good.
Holmes gets the roll. He's a good shooter, has a nice touch.
So, and again, Rudy Marisa is up beside himself with, I think, Rick Puskar on the inability for the Waynesburg College Yellow Jackets to rebound. Rick, top of the key to Theron Hogue, has the ball knocked away. Up with the loose ball is West Liberty. Hinkle on the steal and the drive, lays it up and in, and a foul call.
Darren Walls commits the foul on the shot.
So Waynesburg in a little bit of trouble here now.
I
trail
16-10. No, they blew that one. That's not a foul. And
no.
Okay.
There was a whistle there.
There was a goaltending, but the shot was
okay.
In.
So no foul call, but the goaltend will give the 2 to Hinkle, and will make it 16-10. And now full court pressure by the Hilltoppers. Jackets breaking with a pass to Theron Hogue. Over the timeline it goes. Now cross court to Rick Puskar into the corner on the right side of Montgomery. Back out to the point guard, McCallister, and he'll bring it to the point, move it over on the left to Puskar. 18-footer, no. Rebound is taken by West Liberty. Gold clears it to Hinkle in back court. Jackets peel back in the zone, and here come the Hilltoppers. On the attack is Gold, and Hinkle work the guards. Now into the corner on the right side to Kenny Holmes. High post it goes to Moore. Back outside. Now low post. And it's shot up and good by Emmerich. So the Hilltoppers worked the ball well that time against the Waynesburg zone, and they lead the biggest lead of the night is 18-10, and Rudy Marisa wants a timeout. And he is not a very happy-looking coach as the Yellow Jackets approach him kind of sheepishly. 13:05 left to play in the first half. It is West Liberty 18, Waynesburg 10. Be back in a minute. There's no need to top of the key to McCallister. Back to Hogue. Jumper, no. Rebound is tapped outside. Up with it is Hinkle for West Liberty. And now Hinkle runs it over the timeline, and the Jackets back in the zone defense as Hinkle attacks it to the left side into the corner to Moore. Moore back out to Hinkle and around over on the right wing to Gold. And now they post it up low, and the ball is knocked out away. Somebody from Waynesburg got a hand in it underneath and knocked it out of bounds. And West Liberty will inbound it underneath their own hoop, and they do so with the bounce pass to Gold. Back out to Hinkle, right to Gold, to Hinkle again from the point. Backpedals near midcourt and looks now as though he's going to set it up over on the right side. Goes to Gold. Jumper. Good. That's about an 18-footer for Gold.
Gold's a ball player, and he has to be reckoned with. He had a good game of 20 points in the first encounter this year.
Suddenly the Jackets are trailing by 10 as they lob it high post to Montgomery. Turnaround jumper good. Rob Montgomery just flips it up there, and down it goes, and it's 20-12. Now, full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Hilltoppers break it. Baseline drive up, blocked by Montgomery. Loose ball picked up by the Hilltoppers, up and in. And on the follow that time, that was Bodell, who's just checked into the game for Emmerich. That's Brett Bodell, a 6'5 freshman from Columbus, Ohio. It is now 22-12, West Liberty. Jackets with the ball, and Hogue now working top of the key, goes to Walls, three-pointer, good.
They give him two. Right. Wait a minute. There he goes, 3 points.
All right, I thought it was 3, yeah. All right, so three-pointer by Darren Walls. That gives him 6 on the night. They haven't put the 3 up on the scoreboard yet. They still only show 2 up there.
Yeah, it's got to be an odd number to go up.
So it's supposed to be 22-15.
The trail official.
And now they stop the play, and now they say no, it's a 2-pointer. Hold it, just a minute. Yep, now they want to take the 3 away and make it 2 after signaling 3 just a little while ago. Neither official seems to really know what exactly the situation is. I'm telling you, they're going to guess at this.
First of all, it's the trail official's call, and he made it, and he said 3. He had 3 this way, he had 3 that way.
All right, so they...
and he's saying he was blinded. Well, that's too bad. Then they should maybe take $10 off his check.
Full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Hilltoppers break it, and down low baseline shot up, no good, foul called against Waynesburg. Mike Moore hammered underneath there. He'll go to the line. So they take the three-pointer away from Darren Walls and give him 2, and it's 22-14.
And give a personal foul if they're on Hogue his first. So look out, sports fans. We're in trouble. Mr. Benacosa did not see. He must do not do college games, and this must be his first one. Not to be looking at the old blue line here at Bartell.
So at the line, shooting 2 is Mike Moore, and he puts the first one down.
Mike perfect 3 for 3, but that's over, and we have to keep going. 23-14, chance to stretch it to a 10-point lead, and Waynesburg College has to do a little bit of reorganizing.
If this goes down, if this turns out to be a 1-point game, though, Frank. Oh, wow.
That's
all right, it's now a 10-point ball game right now. 24-14, Waynesburg trailing, and they own the ball. McCallister top of the key, high post, Montgomery, turnaround shot, good. Rob Montgomery, hot from the high post, 3 in a row, and it's now 24-16, Montgomery with 6 of those 16 points. A steal, backcourt, Waynesburg off the press. Theron Hogue shot up, no good. Rebound bounces out to McCallister. He fires, good. Sean McCallister hits his first bucket of the night, and it's 24-18. Jackets in full court pressure, bothering the Hilltoppers. In backcourt with it, they finally get it to Hinkle, and the point guard runs it through the coverage into forecourt, and a pass out onto the wing is mishandled by Bodell, and a steal by Waynesburg. McCallister off the steal into forecourt, flips it to Hogue. Theron fakes, pump, shoots, it's good. Theron Hogue with his second bucket of the night, and now Paul Holshoe has seen his lead go from 10 to 4, and he wants, well, does he want? No, they stopped. There was a whistle there, and I think we have a West Liberty player shaken up. I thought Holshoe had called timeout, but he has not. 10:24 left to go in the first half. It's 24-20.
Bodell went down on the last skirmish and got up a little bit lame.
Hilltoppers break the pressure this time to Gold. Underneath, shot up, no good, no foul called. Rebound Waynesburg. That brings everybody up. And now here's Waynesburg into forecourt. McCallister pulls up at the top of the key, goes to Puskar, fakes the three-pointer, bounce a baseline pass down low, bounce underneath to Ron Moore, and the ball's tipped out of bounds. It'll be Waynesburg's ball.
This game's a little too fast for the team of officials we have on the floor. This one could be fireworks tonight. Blood on this game. Believe me, this is going to be tough. The players right now realize that the elbows are not being seen or called.
West Liberty off the inbounds play goes up with his shot, no good. Rebound Montgomery. Waynesburg ahead to Sean McCallister on the fast break. Sean into the lane, pulls up at the foul line, now takes it inside, fires, no good. Tap up McCallister, no good. Rebound West Liberty by Ron Gold.
Sean didn't collect 2 points that time, but showed a lot of athletic ability, tipping the ball up himself among the Giants.
So it's still 24-20. West Liberty on top. It's Kevin Lee. There's a surprise getting ready to check in for Waynesburg. Shot from the side, West Liberty, good from about 18 feet away by Mike Moore. He's into double figures with 10, and it's back to a 6-point Hilltopper lead. Also getting ready to come in for the Hilltoppers is John Burns, a freshman guard. Here's a drive and a shot inside by Waynesburg. No good, but a whistle on the play. And let's see, a turnover called on Waynesburg. I think somebody dribbled out of bounds along the baseline.
Kevin Lee in the game, and also Vance Walker for the Yellow Jackets.
Rick Puskar and Sean McCallister come out. And again, full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets, broken by the Hilltoppers. Mike Moore into forecourt, stop and pop, no good, tap, no good. Rebound Walker. Waynesburg stolen away by West Liberty, and a foul called. Walker called for the personal foul as Emmerich went up with a loose ball.
Vance Walker picking up his first, team fifth.
So Emmerich, who's been to the line once tonight and is 2 for 2, will go back right now, and they'll have an opportunity to make it an 8-point West Liberty lead once again. The Hilltoppers strung their lead out to 10 points. Jackets made a quick run at them, got it back to 4, and now as Moore misses the first, the best he can do is make it a 7-point ball game with the next one. 9:04 left to go. Second one, Emmerich is good. So that gives him 5 on the night, and it makes it 27-20. Kevin Lee now running the attack for Waynesburg as they come into forecourt. They're on Hogue, now back out top of the key to Moore. Around the horn to Lee. Lee checks inside and moves some people around, barks some signals, now goes to Walker into the corner, left side to Hogue, back to Lee, and around to Moore. Moore fakes into the corner to Walker, now double dribbled. A freshman turnover there, and a typical freshman turnover. And once again, West Liberty will be given an opportunity to stretch their lead. They can make it 9 or 10 this trip, with down to 8:45 left to play in the first half. West Liberty long pass into forecourt. Jackets trap at half court, but they get by it with a pass into the corner on the right side to Moore. Now back outside to Burns, and again to Moore. Jumper good for Moore. 2-pointer. That's 12 for him.
Moore doesn't miss. He is a very good 18-foot shot.
29-20. That's the West Liberty lead.
Getting ready to check in is Bob Marsh.
Shot from way outside Moore. Waynesburg blocked. And up with the loose ball is Burns for West Liberty. Into forecourt it comes. And off the fast break, shot up good. The foul called. And the shot good by Kenny Holmes.
Vance Walker going to pick up the personal.
Now the lead is 11, and Holmes should make it 12 if he puts the next one in. Here's Derek Samuels coming into the ball game as Vance Walker comes out. Rudy Marisa gone with a little bit of beef underneath now, Frank, as he has Montgomery and Samuels both in there along the back line, along with Theron Hogue.
Hoping to see Derek Samuels in this game. He had his best game as a Yellow Jacket in the opening game against West Liberty. Scored 20 points, had a tremendous game, was named player of the game, and is in. Now, let's see if the deja vu.
All right. Holmes makes the three-point play, so it's 32-20. That's the biggest lead of the night, 12 points. That's how much West Liberty leads Waynesburg by as Kevin Lee brings them into forecourt. They go to Moore, the freshman, now Montgomery in the corner on the left side. Out to Kevin Lee at the point, and he moves it on the right to Ron Moore. Deep in the corner, right side to Samuels. Back out to Lee, back to Samuels. Jumper, Derek, no good. Rebound, West Liberty. They own the boards in this game, just own them. And it's not because they have a height advantage either. That's Gold, who's 6'1", with the rebound there. And they bring it into forecourt. And a jumper, Burns way outside. Good three-point play by Johnny Burns. And look out, it's a 15-point West Liberty lead. Jackets on the verge maybe of getting blown out of here. They're not careful.
Well, it's a shooting percentage, no rebounds, and West Liberty's hot.
Okay, Waynesburg on the attack. Theron Hogue, 15-foot jumper is no good. Theron is really ice cold here tonight. The shooting percentage is way up, I'd say below 20% here in the first half. And the rebound again goes to West Liberty, and the Hilltoppers work it around the perimeter of the Waynesburg attack defensively. Now, posted up low, turnaround jumper, no good to Emmerich. Rebound is tapped outside. Theron Hogue tracks it down for Waynesburg. Looks for Kevin Lee for the fast break. Kevin out of position, unable to get the fast break underway. Now walks it into forecourt, and they go to Samuels in the corner over on the right side. Back to Lee. Lee, three-pointer, good. Kevin Lee drills it. Do they give him three this time?
Yes, they do.
All right, they saw it. Congratulations. And it's 35-23.
Big shot for Kevin, turning things around, getting an extra point back. 35-23, 12-point lead.
6:35 left to play in the first half. Now the Jackets are getting set to trap at half court. The Hilltoppers finally break the timeline with the pass to Burns. Burns going cross court. Now a shot from deep in the corner. No good. Rebound Montgomery. Waynesburg. Rob looks for the outlet pass. Has it knocked away out of bounds. And they say Hilltopper basketball. They say Montgomery touched it last after having the ball knocked away from him, reaching for it as it went out of bounds.
Rob just kind of a lethargic rebound, took it, and didn't get a good grip on it. It was stripped away, bounced off his knee.
So here are the Hilltoppers on the attack, and into the ball game now for them is Rich Warnock at guard, along with Burns. Another freshman, two freshmen out there on the guard position now for the Hilltoppers, and they do throw it away. Ball went flying. I thought it was going to be safe, out of bounds, but Burns couldn't do it. Went flying into the Waynesburg bench and said hello to Vance Walker sitting there, and now Waynesburg will inbound it right in front of Rudy Marisa. And Kevin Lee will bring it over the timeline. 5:55 left to go in the first half. Jackets trail 35-23. Lee, high post to Samuels. Cross court to Moore. Out of the high post, they go back to the point, and a foul away from the ball.
3 seconds.
No foul. 3 seconds called on Waynesburg. Well, I think that's the first time we had 3 seconds called against us all year, Frank. Everything's going wrong.
Lots of elbows underneath, both sides. Right now, Terry Clark in for, of course, Rob Montgomery.
Here's a baseline pass, back door up and good for West Liberty. Kenny Holmes got the nice pass from Burns and put it down. It's 37-23. As we move inside 5.5 minutes to go in the first half, here's another turnover. Waynesburg walking with the ball call.
Real problems on execution. Waynesburg not able to control the ball well and way out of position.
Jackets totally south here in the first half. Here's a steal. Kevin Lee at midcourt. Lee off the steal drive, lays it up and in. Lee has 5 off the bench, and it's 37-25. Yellow Jackets. McCallister getting set to come back in for the Yellow Jackets here as they go to the half-court trap. Burns by the trap. Now goes baseline. Warnock shot up good.
Wow, that was just a throw. It went in, so a little bit of luck.
39-25. Now Waynesburg almost another turnover. Samuels mishandles it, gets it back, goes to Clark. Terry drives, shoots, good. Nice move inside in the painted area by Terry Clark. And the junior from Peabody brings the Yellow Jackets back to within 12, 39-27. And again, the Hilltoppers tentative getting it over the timeline. Now a foul called as Todd Emmerich got the pass just over the center court stripe. Going for the steal, Terry Clark fouled him, and that'll be 1-1, I believe, in now for. Yes, the 1-1 is in, so Emmerich will go to the line to shoot.
Terry's committed his first foul, and that is the team's 7th. The West Virginia West Liberty team has only committed 2 team fouls, I believe, with my score. Yes, it is. Same as the scoreboard. 2 team fouls against 7, John. Waynesburg College has not yet gone to the free throw line in this game.
And there's 4:35 to go in the first half. At the line, Emmerich makes the first, will get the bonus.
So that shows more of a just not going to the hoop by Waynesburg College. Really not taking it into the hoop and getting fouled or anything. Rob Montgomery not able to do it. And he's been replaced by Derek Samuels.
And Emmerich makes them both. So put him down for 7 on the evening and make it 41-27 West Liberty. No pressure at all now as Sean McCallister brings it over the timeline. McCallister and Lee in at the guards now for Waynesburg. It's Clark, Samuels, and Theron Hogue on the back line for Waynesburg as the Jackets go into their, they don't go into their weave. Not everybody weaving around. A lot of standing around out there as they pass it in the corner.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers are into a zone, John, so they've decided to pass it around the perimeter and try to get into there.
Yeah, throw it away. Theron Hogue throws it away, trying to hit the low post and off the steal. Burns drive, shoots, good, foul call.
And blocking on Sean McCallister, I believe. Or on Kevin Lee, I mean.
Yeah. Kevin Lee went down and will be called for the personal foul, and Burns will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
You talk about everything going bad, it is here.
Yep, this is on the verge of being a blowout as Yellow Jackets lead, but trail 43-27.
Only in the first half, though. I really, Waynesburg College is not started yet.
Yeah. Burns makes the 3-point play, 44-27.
Their fast break has been negated, taken away by lack of rebounds and ball handling.
High post, Theron Hogue, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound is tapped outside, and the foul called away from the rebound. Let's see, the trail official calling it, and it's on West Liberty.
Art Bodell picking up a foul on the defensive board, the first on Bodell, the third team.
Jackets will inbound it from their baseline. Less than 4 minutes left to play in the first half now. They inbound it to Samuels. Samuels to Theron Hogue. Round the horn to McCallister to Lee. Jumper. Kevin Lee hits an 18-footer. 2 points. Makes it 44-29.
Kevin Lee doing his thing.
Backcourt pressure by Lee and McCallister. And still in backcourt with it is West Liberty. And this is Warnock. Finally breaks the timeline. And into forecourt he comes. Pulls up at the top of the key. Warnock knows with a bounce pass. It's knocked away. The steal goes to Lee. Lee in the lane to Clark. Lays it up and in. Terry Clark. The assist from Kevin Lee off the steal by Terry Clark at the other end of the floor. So Clark started it and finished it.
Give and go. Beautiful play that time.
44-31. And West Liberty again through the trap. They go baseline, and no drive there. They tried to get it underneath. Marsh, and a steal by Walls, by Lee at midcourt. He lays it up and in. Kevin Lee is turning this game around, ladies and gentlemen. That's a couple of steals. Kevin Lee involved in both of them. The last 2 trips down the floor. Now Paul Hochu wants timeout. West Liberty. There's 2:51 left to play in the first half. It is West Liberty 44, Waynesburg 33. And we'll be back in a minute. Back at point guard is Hinkle. Hinkle goes down low. Gold fakes a shot. Cross-court pass through the lane to Moore is good. And Moore off a nice assist by Holmes. And it's now 46-33. Jackets, McCallister, baseline Clark. Terry fakes, shoots, good. Terry Clark, 6 points off the bench, 46-35. And again, here comes that half-court pressure by the 2 Waynesburg guards, McCallister and Lee, and they break it. Hinkle into the paint, now pulls up, goes into the corner, jumper Gold, good. Or Holmes, that is, good. Holmes with 9, and it's 48-35. Here comes McCallister quickly into forecourt for Waynesburg. They go to Hogue in the corner, and now back out to Sean. They'll set it up. Sean starts inside. Puts it up, no good. Rebound is loose. Up with it is Hinkle off the floor for the Hilltoppers. He runs it into forecourt. Now goes baseline. Holmes shot up, good.
Fast breaking. The Hilltoppers are just chopping Waynesburg up.
And they're back to a 15-point lead now, 50-35. Jackets had cut it to 11, but now with 1:41 to go, it's back to 15 points. And Waynesburg would just do well to get it back to single digits before halftime. Here's Lee with an 18-footer. Kevin Lee has 11 all of a sudden, and it's 50-37. 1:25 left to go in the first half. Hinkle for the Hilltoppers over the timeline into forecourt. Now a high post to Emmerich. Ball knocked loose, but picked up by Gold. Jumper, no good for West Liberty. Rebounds loose, and up with it is West Liberty. Holmes drills it. Kenny Holmes, 13 in the first half.
Offensive boards. They're on the boards, John, and Waynesburg College not boxing out.
1 minute left to go now in the first half, and here's Waynesburg from deep in the corner. A shot there on Hogue, no good. And on the rebound, we get a foul called on West Liberty.
Pushing off against West Liberty, Mike Moore, his second. That's only the team fifth, so wow. Waynesburg College will be very fortunate to get any kind of a free throw in the first half.
They have not been to the foul line at all in the first half. And the inbound is to Theron Hogue to McCallister, top of the key, 18-footer, short, rebound, West Liberty, picked up by Gold, and a long pass into forecourt comes to Hinkle, and with 46 seconds to go, they set it in motion way outside, and they go into the corner now on the right side to Kenny Holmes. Now high post to Emmerich, and a pass underneath, shot no good. Rebound Hogue, Waynesburg. Theron puts it to the floor, brings it into forecourt. Pass to Samuels. Samuels takes it to the hoop, puts it up. It's blocked from behind, but a foul called in the play.
Derek just went right through the defensive man. He paid the price, and the defensive man in this case is Todd Emmerich.
So Derek Samuels called for the foul and didn't even make the shot. It's 52-37. And we'll get a Hilltopper at the line, I believe, or are they going to call it a charge?
Yeah, player control.
All right.
So it should go out of bounds right there at the spot of the foul, and it will. And that is the baseline of Waynesburg College. So they bring it all the way down the floor. The Hilltoppers in their backcourt.
Shot clock turned off. We're down to 27 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Hilltoppers still in backcourt with it. Now they finally break the 10-second line, and Hinkle will now move it over to the right side. Now top of the key, it goes to Gold. Around the horn, jumper from the side, good, from 18-point range by Mike Moore. And it's 54-37 with 5 seconds to go in the first half. Waynesburg, Theron Hogue, a jumper at the buzzer, good. So Hogue hits a jumper right at the buzzer after being ice cold in the first half. And that is it. The score at halftime, West Liberty in command. Hilltoppers lead it 54-39. Let's take this 2-minute timeout.
Evan Lee, he has one personal foul. He had one three-pointer. Sean McCallister in with one field goal for 2 points, 6 points. Darren Walls, he made them all from the floor. Rick Puskar, 2 points from the floor. Theron Hogue, 6 points from the floor. Rob Montgomery had 6 points from the floor. Derek Samuels, who played half of the first half but did not score. Vance Walker got in the game, committed 2 personal fouls. Foul trouble is Rick Puskar with only 2, and Vance Walker has 2 personal fouls. And as a team, Waynesburg College, free throw shooting, perfect, John. 0 for 0. And that's the first time since I've been broadcasting the basketball games with you and on WANB that the Waynesburg College has not fired one up in the first half.
It's unusual. It's basketball without at least getting one trip to the line. Well, okay, play outside is no good. Rebound tapped out to Waynesburg. Sean McCallister on the fast break turns it over at midcourt. Called for palming the ball. So Waynesburg got something go their way, and then boom, bingo, turns it right over again early in the second half. It is McCallister and Lee at the guard positions for Waynesburg, and then Terry Clark starting the second half in place of Puskar. He's back there along with Rob Montgomery and Theron Hogue. West Liberty works it inside. No shot now. A turnover as they lose it out of bounds. Mike Moore lost the handle, and the Jackets now will get it back and with a chance to score first in the second half. Here comes Lee in the forecourt. The Jackets set up the half-court offense. They go to Montgomery in the corner on the right side. Back out to Lee, top of the key. Alley-oop underneath for Clark. He pulls it down, goes back up with it. It's rejected, but we get a call and a foul call on the play.
And a long distance when that's 40 feet away, and they call a foul on Ron Gould. And it will probably be a shooting foul.
Yep, and Gould is the guy who rejected the shot out of there by Terry Clark. They lobbed it over the zone to Clark along the baseline. Terry, after taking the lob, I thought it was going to be an alley-oop. Instead, he took it and put it back down on the floor and then pumped a couple of times before going up with it. Had it rejected, but he's fouled. He's at the line to shoot 2, and the first one is good. No, in and out. First one, it was down in the cylinder and popped back out again.
I'm looking down the bench, John, and not only is Darren Walls not there, but Rick Puskar is not out for the second half.
How about that? One of the tri-captain also benched here in the second half. Not knowing he was benched in the locker room. Clark makes the second. He has 7 on the night, and it's now a 14-point West Liberty lead, 54-40. Here come the Hilltoppers against the Waynesburg defense. They work the perimeter. They go on the wing to Moore. Now top of the key, it goes to Hinkle. Starts inside, dishes off to Moore. He loses it again. That's 2 straight trips down the floor that Moore has turned it over, just letting the ball slip through his fingers. So Waynesburg now with a chance to cut into that lead a little more. This time down Theron Hogue. Fakes the long 18-footer. Goes back to McCallister. Back to Hogue. Looks for the lob down low. It's not there. Around the lead. They have Montgomery posted up, but can't get to him down low. Now they go high post, turnaround jumper. Hogue, no, pass underneath Clark, and he's fouled. Hogue fakes the jumper, hit Terry Clark with a bullet pass underneath, and Terry fouled going up with a shot. We'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
Mike Moore picks up his third, John. Second team of the half. So the officials picking up the things that were not called in the first half. The same things are there. Waynesburg not committing a foul, and West Liberty 2-team fouls. Terry Clark again to the charity stripe.
First one, Terry, is no good off the heel. And the best Clark can do now is make it a 13-point West Liberty lead if he can sink the next one. It's on the way, and it's good. Clark with 8 now, and it's 54-41. Just about a minute and a half used here in the second half of the ball game. West Liberty with a lead in the ball, and they work it to Hinkle, and he takes the 18-footer, and it's no good. Rebound Montgomery. Waynesburg had position that time. Ahead to Lee on the fast break, on the wing to Hogue. Baseline, Theron Hogue. Turns, can't get a shot up. The ball knocked away. Lee up with a loose ball, goes to Montgomery. Ralph cuts it up and in. Montgomery with 8 off the assist by Kevin Lee, and it's 54-43. Jackets chipping away at the lead now.
Well, the Jackets have played defense now for the first 2 minutes of the second half and not allowed West Liberty to even get close to the hoop.
Now a foul as Theron Hogue bumps into Ron Moore. Moore it will not go to the line. I thought it was going to be in the act of shooting before the shot, so they'll inbound it.
Picking up the personal is Theron, his second. First for the Yellow Jackets in the second half.
Doing the inbounding will be Ron Gold. He flips it to Hinkle, and the sophomore now moves it over on the left side. Back out top of the key to Gold. Gold fakes right, goes left. Now high post, turnaround jumper. Holmes, no good. Rebound Montgomery. Rob clears it to McCallister. Sean on the run into forecourt. Dumps it off in the lane to Theron Hogue. He takes it inside. He shoots. It's no good, but a foul call on the play. And again, it's the trail official making the call under the basket. Foul on West Liberty.
Todd Emmerich is first of the game, and West Liberty their third of the second half, a 2-shotter. Theron Hogue. So the officials, I'm sure, were made aware of that Waynesburg College did not shoot a free throw in the first half, and a little bit of an adjustment here, Tom.
They're balancing things out quickly now as Theron Hogue is at the line. He's going to shoot 2. First trip to the line tonight for the senior, and from Washington, D.C., it's no good. Off the heel. Jackets just can't buy a bucket here in this gym tonight. Theron now can cut it to 10 if he can make the second of 2. On the way, no good. Rebound West Liberty, and they clear it quickly to Hinkle. Hinkle into forecourt. Hinkle dumps it off into the corner to Moore. Starts inside, forces one up there, and it's blocked, but a foul call on the play, and I believe Theron Hogue may have picked it up. Let's see. A lot of traffic there.
Yes, it is.
And that's 2 quick ones on T.
Yeah. Second team, but that's a shooting foul. So West Liberty, in the person of Mike Moore, will go to the free throw line, and he has made 4 for 4 this evening so far.
If you just joined us, after being benched early in the first half, both starters, Darren Walls and Rick Puskar, did not come out for the second half. They did not return from the locker room.
Mike Moore missed the first one, and John, West Liberty has not scored in the second half yet.
Moore, an 80% free throw shooter on the year, puts the next one up, and this one's good. It's 17 for Moore, and it's 55-43. Here comes Waynesburg quickly into forecourt. Now they set up the half-court offense on the left side. It's Theron Hogue back around to McCallister. A low post to Montgomery. He fires. It's no good. Rebound, West Liberty. And there to pull it down was Emmerich. He clears it quickly to go to Hinkle. In the forecourt it comes. Hinkle into the paint. Now pulls up. Goes on the wing. Now along baseline to Holmes. The drive shot up. No good, but a foul called on the play. And it'll be against the Yellow Jackets.
Blocking going across the lane. It'll be out of bounds. Thrown in by the Terry Clark seems to be the guilty party.
And the Hilltoppers will throw it in from their baseline, and they do so with a bounce pass to Moore. Moore, high post, Holmes, jumper, no, tap up, no, rebound, loose, out to McCallister. Sean McCallister on the fast break, goes on the wing to Clark, underneath the Lee, and a foul called in the play. Terry Clark called for the foul after the pass to Lee in the lane. What a Jackets, one pass too many, I think.
What a great defensive play that time by Ron Hinkle to stop that 3-on-1, but an injured player for West Liberty caught one right in the nose and has a bloody nose.
And that's under the West Liberty basket. That stops play as they administer to him out onto the floor. And I'm looking to see who that is, and I can't see his number, and everybody's crowded around him. But we'll see who that is as soon as we can. 55-43. Hilltoppers lead it by a dozen. Cousin, 16:56 left to go in the basketball game. And with time called now, they finally get the player off the floor and administer him. That's Emmerich, the big guy, 6'7". He's going to have to leave the ball game. So let's see who Paul Hoshue will go to as his replacement. On the floor comes Brett Bodell, a freshman, 6'5". So the senior goes down, and a freshman comes in to take his place. They give up 2 inches. Give up a little bit of scoring, too, as Emmerich was averaging more points a ball game. And Bodell averages more rebounds. So they gain a couple of rebounds, give up a couple of points. Here's West Liberty on the attack. They go into the corner. Jumper, no good. Rebound, West Liberty. Up with the ball is Holmes, no good. Rebound, Montgomery. Waynesburg ahead to Lee on the fast break. Kevin Lee has Theron Hogue on the wing. And Theron Hogue draws a whistle as he goes to the hoop, and a foul going to be called before the shot.
Personal foul, Ron Hinkle. Foul before.
So that's team foul number 4 on the Hilltoppers. The Jackets will inbound it from the baseline. And they do to Clark, back out to Hogue, to McCallister, and around the horn to Lee. Lobs underneath Montgomery, turns and fires. It's good. Rob Montgomery in the double digits. First Jacket to do so, second Jacket to do so tonight. Lee has 11, Montgomery has 10. It's the 10-point West Liberty lead. And Jackets trap at half court. Hilltoppers bothered by it. The foul called. Terry Clark going to be called for the foul as Moore collided with him. Terry not in position, and that'll be a personal foul on Waynesburg.
He's picked up his 4th, John. So Terry, three quick ones in the second half. In the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds of the second half, committed 3 fouls.
And 2 starters benched here in the second half.
And he's going to have to come out. He's tough.
And here comes out in his place, Bob Marsh makes his first appearance of the night. He's a 6'4 junior, so a 6'6 senior comes out, 6'4 junior in. Also in for Waynesburg now, Derek Samuels will come in for Terry Clark. So it's Samuels, Montgomery, and Hogue in the back line. Lee and McCallister out front as the Jackets come into forecourt. McCallister handling the ball, goes to Hogue. Jumper Theron Hogue, no. Rebound Montgomery, Waynesburg. Rob takes it up, loses the ball on the way up. Loose ball picked up by Hinkle for West Liberty. We run the other way. Hinkle into forecourt, pulls up top of the key. Now goes on the wing. Burns, jumper, yes.
2-pointer for Burns, near it, 18 feet.
8 points tonight for Johnny Burns off the bench, and it's 57-45 West Liberty. Jackets forecourt, Hogue. Back to Lee. Lee works it to McCallister, and Sean goes to Samuels deep in the corner on the right side. Back out now over on the left. Theron Hogue on the wing with the basketball. Back out top of the key to McCallister, and a whistle away from the ball. Another 3-second violation on Waynesburg.
2 tonight as they try to fill the lanes and try to give Rob Montgomery that little dippity-doo pass. And he has Derek Samuels right next to him, so both of them are twins.
Here's a drive, baseline, West Liberty, a slam dunk by Kenny Holmes. He saw the baseline was open and took it right to the hoop and slammed it down. 59-45. West Liberty now beginning to pull away from the Yellow Jackets once again. Waynesburg made a run at him, cut the lead to 10. Now, high post Montgomery, turnaround shot, no good. Waynesburg, rebound West Liberty. Holmes up with the rebound, clears it to Hinkle. Hinkle into forecourt, down the lane, dishes it off at the last minute to Marsh, and he'll bring it back outside. Now, Marsh from the side. It is no good. Tap up and good. West Liberty, the tap by Bodell. 61-45, and now it looks as though Waynesburg is beginning to sink slowly in the West.
Waynesburg had their chance. It took almost 3 minutes for West Liberty to score, but Waynesburg couldn't put the points on the board.
There's a nice move by Sean McCallister as he draws the foul, faking Hinkle up into the air, and Hinkle crashing down on him. picks up the personal foul. That's team foul number 5 on the Hilltoppers.
And Hinkle's second. So Sean McCallister did put the good move on, got Hinkle in the air. It came down right on Sean.
And Jackets inbounded. Kevin Lee works over on the left side to Theron Hogue. Now into the lane, Samuels, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, West Liberty, cleared quickly to Burns. Burns into forecourt by a trap, and now it's a foul call as he runs right into Sean McCallister. Sean called for the block.
Sean has moved. That was a pretty good position, but he's not decoying enough, and the official is picking up a blocking foul on Sean so far this year on all his positioning at the midcourt area, trying to stop the fast break. So the little bit of acting is not working.
Both teams with 6 fouls in the second half thus far. Hilltoppers underneath. They penetrate Kenny Holmes there to put it in, and it's 63-45. This one's getting away from Waynesburg as they go on the attack. McCallister, 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound is loose. Up with it is West Liberty. Stolen away by Montgomery. Rob turns, hooks it in. Montgomery with a dozen. 63-47. Here's West Liberty through a trap. Hinkle at the top of the key. Now pulls up, goes to Burns. Back to Hinkle. Looks down low into the painted area. Nothing there. Goes to Burns. He takes an 18-footer. It's no good. Rebound Montgomery for Waynesburg. Rob rebounding well in the second half. Clears it to Sean McCallister. He trots it into forecourt. Now puts on the brakes. Goes to Lee. And Kevin Lee working the left side. Now flips underneath to Derek Samuels. Shot up. Good foul call.
Great inside game that time to Derek Samuels. And Rudy Marisa staying with the philosophy.
And the shot counts. Samuels will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Bodell with the foul.
So he can bring the Jackets back to within 13 with 13 minutes and 2 seconds left to play if he can make the foul shot. It is on the way, and it's good. Derek with 3 now, and it's 63-50.
A lot of time left in this game. Tons of time.
Full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets, and Hilltoppers break it with a pass into forecourt to Bodell. Now down low and a drive and a shot up good by Kenny Holmes, who's taken charge. Now it's 19 points in the game, and it's 65-50.
Kenny Holmes is really working over Derek Samuels. Derek's no match for him.
Waynesburg to Hogue, baseline, drive, cut off, has to find somebody at number 2, can't, stolen away by West Liberty, into forecourt, Hinkle off the steal, flips it to Burns, back to Hinkle.
3 seconds.
Hinkle calls for 3 seconds.
I had to call that first. I had to it's a thing that Waynesburg's been calling for, but in the fast break, just a terrible error by West Liberty as they filled the lane, and one pass got astray a little bit, and they didn't get out and clear the blue.
Samuels underneath to Hogue. They're on double team. Gets it to Montgomery right underneath the hoop. Up and in. Rob almost mishandled that. He didn't see it coming until the last second, but alertly put it up and in. So it's 65-52.
Really playing well inside, but the Waynesburg College, of course, it was a poor shooting percentage and the inability to play defense.
And in the locker room right now, 34 points in there. In the person of Darren Walls and Rick Puskar. Walls with 20 points a game, Rick with 14 a game.
The lack of defense, giving 54 points up in the first half, really put them behind the 8 ball. That's the 39 points scored by Waynesburg and 54 by West Liberty in the first half.
West Liberty with the ball. Hinkle working on the outside. Now handling the basketball is Marsh. Marsh goes to Burns. In the lane to Holmes. Back to Burns. Low post and a double team and a shot up good. Nicely done by Bodell through the double team.
I think it was good move by Bodell. Really put the move on. For a substitute, he did well.
They're on Hogue from outside. Waynesburg, no good. Rebound, West Liberty, and they got a fast break the other way as Hinkle dribbles through traffic, takes it underneath, and a shot up Holmes in, but it won't count. Foul called on the play before the shot.
McCallister again with the blocking foul. He just he can't make the move enough for the official to pick it up, and Sean shaking his head. He hasn't had any luck all year with that. It's his third, and the team's 7, so 1-1 situation.
And the Hilltopper at the line, I believe, is going to be Kenny Holmes. No, it's going to be Burns. John Burns, the freshman. shooting 69% from the free throw line this year. Weird. West Virginia makes the first. He can go into double figures off the bench. He's only averaging 4 points a game, but if he makes the bonus here, he'll have 10 tonight. On the way, and it's good. So make it 69-52. West Liberty on top. 11:19 to go, and a steal by West Liberty in backcourt. Hinkle off the steal, flips it down low to Burns, drives and scores. 12 points for Burns tonight. And it's 71-52. Another steal by West Liberty. A bounce pass along the baseline to Holmes, jumper up, and no good. Rebound Montgomery, and a foul called West Liberty over the back.
Bob Morris picks the personal foul up over the back, walks the length of the floor for a 1-and-1.
And we're going to get a Waynesburg timeout before the shot. 11 minutes left to play in the ball game exactly. West Liberty 71, Waynesburg 52. We'll be 1. Rob makes the first. He's had a good second half.
Yes, he has, Johnny. It's 9 points in the second half. Great, and his rebounding has been terrific. He really came alive.
And he makes the bonus. So 16 tonight for Rob. He's the high scorer in the ball game for Waynesburg thus far. 71-54. Here's West Liberty on the attack, almost a steal by Waynesburg, but they get it baseline, blocked by Montgomery. West Liberty gets the back off the block, and they go outside with it with a pass to Hinkle, and he'll move to the key to set it up. Now he goes to Gold over there, back to Hinkle, jumper good. Three-pointer for Hinkle. That's 5 tonight for him. And it's 74-54. That's the biggest lead of the night thus far for West Liberty, 20 points. And Kevin Lee, three-pointer, Waynesburg attempt, no good. Rebound West Liberty. Fast break. The pass to Hinkle is cut off. Hinkle has to shovel it off to Marsh. He's trapped in the corner now over there on the left side. Comes back out to Hinkle, and the point guard will set it up again to Marsh on the left. They look for the lob down low. It's not there. Back out top of the key. Hinkle, a pass into the lane, knocked loose. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Waynesburg. Burns instead of Hinkle. I'm calling him Hinkle because that's the starting point guard, but he's gone. Burns, the freshman, is in there. Here's Waynesburg. Theron Hogue from the corner. Good. Theron, an 18-footer, and that's 8 tonight for him. Way below his 16 points per game average. 74-56 the score. Alley-oop play, good for West Liberty on the alley-oop. Ron Gold on the money end, Burns on the assist. Perfectly executed. And it's 76-56, and that breaks the old back right there. Here's Lee, baseline Samuels, jumper good. D hits. That's his second field goal of the evening. And it's back to an 18-point game, 76-58. Terry Clark getting set to come back in for Waynesburg. He'll be playing with 4 personal fouls as the West Liberty posted up high, and it's triple team, so they dump it off, and Marsh fires, no good. Rebound West Liberty, but it's stripped away by McCallister. Sean to Lee. Lee on the fast break, flips it to Montgomery. Rob loses the handle going inside. And Lope with the loose ball is West Liberty coming the other way, and it's Burns. Passes underneath. Ball knocked loose, but Marsh up with it and good. Bodell, that is, up with it and good. 8 for him. And it's a 20-point game as the Jackets turn it over again. They try the long pass off the inbound, and there to snare it was John Burns. And West Liberty now leading by 20, brings it into forecourt, and it's knocked away. Sean McCallister knocks it out of bounds. Samuels will come out as Terry Clark comes back into the game for Waynesburg. So it's on to Westminster on Saturday night. The Jackets will limp up to New Wilmington and take on the Titans in a key District 18 game. And there's a shot from the side, good, by West Liberty as Holmes hits. He has 21 points.
Kenny Holmes really playing loose.
80-58 is the score. Waynesburg suffering their second blowout in less than a week. That's something that doesn't happen once in a blue moon at Waynesburg. It's happened twice in less than a week. A blowout. Here's a pass underneath Clark. He's fouled. He starts up with the ball, and Terry will go to the line to shoot 2.
Picking up the foul, Kenny Holmes, the guy that's come alive in the second half for 8 big points, and he grabs Terry Clark's arm, and Terry will go to the charity stripe
to shoot 2.
Real story in this ball game, though, Frank. I don't know if the story is the big story is the score or the fact that Walls and Puskar never come out of the locker room for the second half. You bench a tri-captain, a senior, and you bench your leading scorer. Whoa. And your best athlete by far in Darren Walls. Puskar, check that. Clark at the line, shooting 2, makes the first. Terry will have 10 if he puts the next one down, and he does. So it's back to 20 points now, 80-60 with 8:15 left to go. West Liberty is bound to getting full court pressure in the backcourt, and a little patty cake foul called there. Gold working against Lee. Kevin Lee got the hand on his hip, and just a little high school job, and Gold will go to the line.
There's a real inconsistency happening in officiating, but we're not going to cry about that as part of the loss. But that's about the same as what the game is going on. The guys are having a tough time officiating this game. The sloppy play has a lot to do with that also.
And at the line, Gold makes the 1-and-1. So the bonus is forthcoming.
His first try tonight, and it's good. Outstanding player. He's been kind of silent, and a guy named Kenny Holmes has come alive for the Hilltoppers.
And he makes them both. That's 8 for him. Sean McCallister working the guard along with Kevin Lee as the Jackets working around the perimeter of the 2-3 zone, thrown up most of the evening by the Hilltoppers. Pass into the lane to Theron Hogue, back to Montgomery baseline. Rob fires and hits. Rob Montgomery, 18 points tonight. And we're going to get full court pressure by Waynesburg once again. Well, now they peel back, and they're going to trap at the half-court stripe. And approaching the trap is Burns, flips it to Gold. He runs it over the timeline, goes into the corner to Marsh, and a jumper is no good. Follow good by Bodell for West Liberty, 84-62. Here's Lee to Hogue on the wing on the left side. Theron turnaround jumper is no good. Tees ice cold tonight. Ice cold. Only has 8 points. And here's a foul by Waynesburg. Montgomery fouls underneath against Marsh as Marsh tried to pump Rob up into the air. Rob just kind of grabbed him and put him to the floor.
His first personal foul in the ballgame for Robbie. Kind of an indication of how Robbie has played. He's been trying to slip in the cracks a little bit and not really get in there and get physical in this game. Rob had 4 personal fouls in the last game, and the game before had 2, so he's now picked his first up with 7 minutes to go.
At the line to shoot 2 for West Liberty is Marsh, and he makes the first. Junior from Moundsville, West Virginia.
His first score tonight.
Best free throw shooter on the team at 83% coming into this game tonight. Makes them both 86-62. West Liberty leads. If you just joined us, that's right. Jackets have trailed all game. Here's Montgomery. Pass underneath, and Rob puts it up and down. Rob, the only guy that's playing basketball for Waynesburg here in the second half. Here comes West Liberty in the forecourt, and a timeout called. Paul Holshoe sees something he wants to talk about. 7:02 left to go in the basketball game. It is West Liberty 86, Waynesburg 64. We'll be back in a minute. Very good. That's the first field goal of the night for Marsh, and it's 88-64. Here's Kevin Lee from three-point range for Waynesburg. No good. Rebound Marsh. West Liberty. And into forecourt it comes. Long pass to Hinkle on the break. They got a 2-on-1 on the money, and they missed the layup. Rebound Theron Hogue. Add to Kevin Lee. Lee in the forecourt looks for the break. Goes on the wing to McCallister. He takes it inside, and he's hammered as he goes up for the shot, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Kevin took it into the paint and drew the foul.
Bodell, the guilty party.
Yes, he was. His third. And Kevin tonight Sean tonight has not tried a free throw. The point guard, imagine that, not trying a free throw, nor Kevin Lee. So there's only 2 guards, and neither one is throwing it up.
McCallister makes the first.
A strange basketball game,
I'll say. Second one on the way, McCallister. It is also good. 88-66. That's the score with Waynesburg on the short end of it. And here's a steal by Kevin Lee at midcourt. Lee on the break, drive, shoots, no good. Lee took it in after the steal, and he goes crashing to the floor. And I believe he's going to be hurt. They stopped the play, and Kevin Lee is shaken up after taking a pretty good shot on the end of that layup, which he missed, and he's down on the floor. Also, a West Liberty player, Gold, slow getting up, but Gold now is able to walk away and play a stop as Kevin Lee is still on the floor. You recall Kevin Lee broke his nose just prior to the first game against West Liberty, played with a nose guard the first 5 or 6 games of the year, and is holding his face now. It's hard to see exactly what the problem is, but he took a really good shot on the floor. So that is indicative of what's been happening to this Waynesburg team here tonight. Everything just going wrong, and the wheels beginning now, well, they've been wobbling all game. Now they're one by one, they're starting to fall off. The wagon is crashing.
Kevin's up.
Yeah, he's up, walking off. Oh, he's going to be okay. That's good news. Kevin played well off the bench, especially in the first half. He kept the Jackets in it, if you can call trailing at halftime, 54-39 being in it, but he did with 11 points off the bench in the first half. Has not scored thus far here in the second half after playing the whole way. He'll come out, and Pat Robinson is going to go in for Waynesburg, the freshman from Sharon, Pennsylvania. So Lee at 5'8" goes out, and Robinson at 6'4" comes in. So get a little bit of height out there.
Kevin's left eye seems to be affected, but he's just blinking it, so he might have got a finger in the eye.
Yep. Okay, so here's West Liberty on the attack. Hinkle in the forecourt and takes it by McCallister. Baseline, dishes it off last minute. Loose ball. They're on Hogue, up with it. Ahead to McCallister on the fast break. Sean into forecourt. Pulls up. Fakes the shot. Goes to Montgomery, and Montgomery puts it up in the air. Montgomery has 22 tonight. And it's 88-68. 5:50 left to go in the game.
Coach is really shouting encouragement. Tim McConnell letting them have and trying to get them fired up for a surge with 5 minutes to go.
I don't think so. Here's the turnover, West Liberty, as Gold lost the handle down along the baseline. It went out of bounds, and Waynesburg now could cut it to 18 this trip down the floor, or 17 if they can punt in a three-pointer. Here's McCallister going top of the key to Hogue. The 17-footer is blocked, but a foul called on the play, and it's going to be on Ron Gold. He got the piece of the ball, but he got a piece of Theron as well.
Two shotters, so Theron goes to the stripe. First, he has tried 2 and missed them both tonight, unlike Theron Hogue. 0 for 2 from the line.
That's 3 on Gold. And second in this half, and here's the senior from D.C. who's been just ice cold all night, both from the line and the floor, and he makes the first. Despite being ice cold, he can have double figures in the game if he can put this second one down, and he does. That's 10 for him, and it's 88-70. Jackets with some full court pressure as West Liberty now has Gold bringing it up the timeline. Hinkle, the other guard, and Gold gets by a trap, goes into the corner, back to Gold on the give and go, and a foul call as there's a collision before Gold could go to the hoop, and it's going to be on Waynesburg.
And the foul is going to be on Pat Robinson, his first.
So Pat into the ball game and quickly gets his number called and his name called on the public address system. Now gets a little coaching from assistant coach Larry Marshall from the bench on how to play defense without doing that. And now is back in his rebounding position. And at the line to shoot 1-and-1 is Ron Gold from Parkersburg, West Virginia. Starting guard, and it's on the way, and it's good.
Gold perfect 3 for 3 this evening from the line.
Ron can put him back up by 20 if he makes the next one. It's on the way, and it too is in. 90-70 the score. 5:20 left to go. McCallister in at point guard now for Waynesburg. Goes to Hogue, to Robinson on the left, back outside. McCallister, pass underneath, knocked out of bounds. No, they say lost by Terry Clark. I thought somebody deflected it, but last touch by Clark, they say. And West Liberty gets it back. Hinkle goes on the wing on the left side to Marsh. Marsh passed in the lane, turnaround jumper. West Liberty no good, follow up and good. And I think Emmerich got that one.
That's a good one to give it to. Emmerich credited with the tap-in field goal.
92-70. Here's Robinson faking the shot, going to Montgomery. Rob shoots, misses from underneath. Rebounds tapped to Hogue. They're on with a nice shot up off the glass. No good after a good move. Everything but the shot. Rebound West Liberty in the forecourt. Goal, fast break. Drive, shoots. No good. Montgomery hammered him on the way up. He'll go to the line. And I called that gold. It's home, not gold. It will go to the line to shoot 2.
And Rob, his second personal foul, and he wanted to dunk it, he did. He was lining up his dunk, and Rob got him on the wrist as he was going in the air.
Westminster Saturday night, airtime 7:10 on WANB from New Wilmington, Pennsylvania.
That one counts a lot with the new point system that they're using in District 18. We'll let John describe that.
I don't know if I can tonight. I get a headache. Just thinking about that point system.
Well,
you already have a headache in this game, and but I will after the game. Now, if you're looking for a reason to stay tuned, fans, there it is. How about that? Stay tuned for a detailed explanation of the point system in District 18 to determine top seed in the tournament at the end of the year. Exciting. Here, shot McCallister, 18-footer, no good. Rebound Montgomery up, no good, but he's fouled.
Picking up the personal will be Todd Emmerich, his second. Coming back in is the big gun, Mike Moore. He's playing with 4 personal fouls with 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining.
Can you imagine how excited Ron Galbraith and Jerry Conboy and Bernie Matthews are going to be tomorrow when they see this score in the paper, Frank?
Well,
they're going to say, whoa, wait a minute.
They also know that Rudy Marisa and losing 2 games in a row is a rarity.
Yeah, there's Montgomery making 1 of 2 from the line. Robbie with 3 on the evening. It's 94-71 West Liberty. In the forecourt, this is Ron Gold for West Liberty. Throws it away. Up with the loose ball is Sean McCallister on the fast break. He has Montgomery on the wing, but takes it coast to coast. Puts it up. No good. Had Rob coming in on the wing on the other side. Rod had the hand up, waiting for the ball, asking for it. Maybe Sean didn't see him. Took it in himself.
Ron Hinkle was there and tried to block it, but got a lot of Sean McCallister. And the call made by Bill Benacasa.
So McCallister steps to the strike, 4-2. And first one's good.
Sean perfect from the line tonight, 3 for 3. He had a field goal in the first half for 2 points. Kevin Lee has not scored in the second half. He had 11 points in the first half.
Sean makes them both. 94-73. Waynesburg on top.
On the bottom.
Did I say on top?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You've been saying that for a lot of years, John.
Fraudulent slip, yes. It's a force of habit. 94-73, Jackets losing. 3:54 left to go in the game. Yeah, you're right. That's force of habit. Here's West Liberty, jumper from the side. Good by Moore.
Mike Moore back in, and he is a deadly shooter. Terrific basketball player.
Montgomery, Waynesburg in the lane. Turnaround jumper, no. Rebound West Liberty. Cleared out to Hinkle, and a whistle as Hinkle takes it to the hoop. Turnover call, double dribble on Ron Hinkle, the point guard, and Waynesburg will get it back.
Just trying to alley-oop Ron Gould that time, and couldn't get the handle on the ball off the dribble and double dribbled it.
Waynesburg to Hogue, Theron inside, pumps, fake, shoots, no. Rebound West Liberty as Emmerich clears it down, and they go with a long pass into forecourt to Marsh. Marsh shovels it back outside to Hinkle. And Hinkle working on McCallister, now works into the corner to Marsh on the left side. Back out top of the key, almost a steal, but Gold gets it, flips underneath, and Marsh comes back outside with it. And Gold has the top of the key. Now around the horn to Moore. Jumper, no. Rebound Montgomery. Waynesburg, and Robb is hammered on the rebound. We'll walk to the other end of the floor, and Montgomery will shoot 1-1.
Marsh with the foul over the back on the offensive board. Robb comes to the free throw line, and he's shooting a 3 for 4 tonight. In the last 10 minutes, he's scored 7 of the Waynesburg points, and the other bulk was scored by McCallister with 4 free throws. 4 points were there on Hogue in the last 10 minutes. So the burden being carried by Robb Montgomery.
And he's at the line 1-1, and he makes the first.
If you don't hear Darren Wall's name and just tuned in, mysteriously he did not reappear from the locker room second half, nor did
Rick Puskar.
Yes.
Montgomery makes them both. 25. That's his biggest point night of his career thus far. It's 96-75. West Liberty on top. 2:45 left, and this one will be mercifully over. And here's a shot up blocked with a foul called against Waynesburg, and we'll have a Hilltopper at the line.
Pat Robinson picking up his second foul of the evening in a desperate attempt to block the shot, but got more of the arm than he did the ball.
Frank, I'll borrow your line that you used in a Westminster-Waynesburg football game 2 years ago when Waynesburg was getting blown out. In the second half, you said if this was a prize fight, they'd stop it right now.
Well, they can't say that last year because I would like to talk a little bit about what Waynesburg did to Westminster.
Well, yes.
And I was very proud of what Bill Tornaby turned that team around in the last 3 games of the season and put the notch in it with a big win up at Westminster, nationally ranked football team, I believe, number 10 in the nation. We can go back in NAIA and put it to them at homecoming or something. Parents' Day.
Parents. Yeah. Well, but the thing is, that makes them even madder for this Saturday night. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
All right, here's Waynesburg on the attack. Carapa's into the game, fires one from outside, no good. Rebound, West Liberty, and a fast break as Gold goes to Hinkle, back to Gold, give and go in.
That's a pretty fast break that West Liberty is displaying against a very knowledgeable defensive team against the fast break. Waynesburg College, they practice against it every day.
Waynesburg in the lane. Montgomery turns and fires no. Rebound, West Liberty, pulled down by Todd Emmerich. A steal by Robinson in backcourt. Pat couldn't make the shot after the steal, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Pat made a nice defensive play that time and stole the ball off the offensive board. And after the rebound had been gained by Todd Emmerich, and he picked it up, caught his 3rd foul. Checking out now is Ron Hinkle, the starting point guard, and he finishes the game with only 2 points.
West Liberty by 25 points. Pat Robinson at the line, and the first one is no good. Al Holshoe goes to the bench a little bit for West Liberty as coming out of the ball game is Emmerich. Also coming out Marsh, and we'll check on their replacement. The Eric Williams, a 6'6" freshman in there. And also a number I don't have. Oh, Chris Wright, a 6'7" freshman. Robinson's second is also no good from the line. Here's West Liberty into forecourt as we tick under 2 minutes left to play in the game. 15-foot jumper, no good. Rebound Robinson. Waynesburg ahead to McCallister, but he loses the handle and backcourt up in the loose ball. West Liberty, they flip it underneath, up and good by Wright. Chris Wright
gets his name in the box score.
Jumper if they're on Hogue, no good. Rebound Montgomery, up and good. Robb Montgomery now with 27 points on the evening. The lone glimmer, not even a, well, if you can have a bright spot, it would be Robb Montgomery. I don't know if you wonder how bright it is, but it's a glimmer in there anyway. 27 points by Robb Montgomery. Minute and a half to go in this one, and West Liberty with the reserves in just turn it over as we just saw a carry there by Eric Williams as he got the ball hung up on his hip trying to make a move to the lane and called for walking. Next home game for Waynesburg is Monday night, by the way, Geneva. Montgomery drives the baseline up and in. Robb, 29. See if he can get into 30 before the game's over. He has a minute and 10 seconds to do so. Here's almost a steal by Waynesburg in midcourt. There on Hogue. Got a fingernail or two on it, deflected it out of bounds, and West Liberty will inbound it from the side.
Well, Paul Holtz, getting things together for his WVIAC as he calls timeout.
Well, the guy doing the inbounding, Rich Warnock, a freshman, was bothered by Waynesburg, and rather than turn it over, just called timeout. He saw his 5 seconds were running out. So I don't think the coach really called that. 1:08 left to go in the ball game. West Liberty on top, 102-79. Ouch. And the really big story, which probably will not be told until tomorrow morning now, the benching of Darren Walls and Rick Puskar at halftime. Neither ball player returned from the locker room to start the second half. And don't really know if they are just benched for the night, if they're gone from the team. We don't know. Well, Waynesburg trailed at halftime, 54-39.
I see them standing in a balcony up against the door.
Oh, yeah, in civilian clothes. So they're just standing up there and watching the carnage. And with a minute and 2 seconds to go, a drive by West Liberty and a foul called. Shot no good, but a hilltopper will go to the line. Yeah, they're just kind of standing there peeking around the door up there on the balcony. Darren Walls looks in and looks back out again. Rather dejected looking twosome up there, Frank. And at the line, no good on the 1-and-1 for Wright, and Waynesburg on the rebound goes to McCallister. McCallister at the foul line collides with a man. Both of them go down. Foul called on West Liberty, and that's Burns picking up the personal.
Freshman Burns and McCallister doling it out. The junior point guard for Waynesburg College, Sean McCallister. Goes to the stripe. He's perfect 4 for 4 this evening for his 6 points. 2 in the first half, 4 free throws. No field goals in the second half.
McCallister makes the first, and we'll get the bonus. Second one on the way, and it's 2 is good. If he can get one more bucket, he'll finish in double figures for the second night in a row. And here's West Liberty into forecourt as Burns dribbles through some traffic and brings it back outside. We're down to 43 seconds on the game clock, and a shot from way outside good from deep in the corner by Eric Williams, a two-pointer, and it's 104-81. Jackets forecourt, Hogue, baseline, by a nice screen by Robinson, everything but the shot. It goes up, no good. The foul called on the rebound.
Theron draws the foul that time in the paint, and the personal is on Eric Williams, who just scored the last field goal.
Nice picks at that time by the freshman Robinson. He's not afraid to mix it up in traffic. In the lane, he'll take his lumps. And Hogue goes to the line to shoot 2. So what a difference from the first meeting of these two teams when Waynesburg won it 99-84. T's second is also good. That gives him 12. And the shot clock is turned off as West Liberty runs it into forecourt. And it goes on the wing and a whistle as Moore gets the ball and is fouled. And Mike Moore will go to the line with 19 seconds to go.
Pat Robinson picks it up. His 4th personal.
First one is good by Mike Moore. That gives him 20 tonight. 6 better than his average. On a better than average night for the Hilltoppers. Moore makes them both. Last trip down the floor for the Yellow Jackets as Hogue puts up a 3-pointer. It's no good. And the rebound is tapped up by Carapa. No good for Waynesburg. Rebound Hilltoppers. And with 8 seconds to go, they got a fast break. It's 3-on-1. McCallister spoils it. 3-on-1, and Sean McCallister, the one, comes up with a steal, and then he's fouled following the steal. So Sean will get a chance to, wait a minute. They say the foul is on McCallister.
Yeah, he pushed off to get the ball.
They started walking the other way, and I thought it was going to be on him. So
it's fourth.
He does break up the 3-on-1 break, however. And now at the line to shoot 1-and-1, Rich Warnock for West Liberty. 4 seconds left, and this one will be history. And Warnock makes the 1-and-1. Second one on the way. It's good. Got the front of the iron and fell through. 4 seconds to go. Jackets forecourt. Hogue, three-pointer at the buzzer. Good. Theron Hogue finally hits one. Too little, too late from way outside. Finishes with 15 points on that three-pointer at the buzzer. And the final score, West Liberty upsets the Yellow Jackets. It's West Liberty 108, Waynesburg 86. We're going to take a 2-minute time. Rather aromatic throughout the game. Their performance was poor from the opening tap-off and never got any better in that. Matter of fact, only got worse as the evening wore on. And I don't know if, I know I said this once during the second half, but we'll say it again because it's worth repeating. I don't know if the big story tonight is the fact that Waynesburg got creamed 108-86 by West Liberty State College, or whether or not Rudy Marisa benched his leading scorer and best athlete and one of his tri-captains and a senior to boot at halftime. Darren Walls and Rick Puskar were yanked from the game midway through the first half, never got back in, and then after halftime never even returned, and spent the second half up on a balcony peeking around a corner in civilian clothes watching the action. So we're not sure exactly what the status of Puskar and Walls is at this point. It could be they were just benched for the night. It's not outside the realm of possibility. They could be fired from the team. Stranger things have happened. So I think that if that's not the big story, it certainly ties the final score for big story of the night. Frank Busick, not a happy story for Yellow Jacket fans as he looks at the scorebook. Let's go to Frank now.
College in the first half, and it continued throughout the game. The senior and tri-captain Theron Hogue playing the whole game. 15 points, very cold from the floor. Rob Montgomery had 24 points, which he tried to lead the Jackets on, but there's just no supporting cast for poor Robin. He really put on a nice display of adrenaline flow in the second half, rebounding well, shooting well, and just didn't happen. Sean McCallister had 8 points for the Yellow Jackets, 6 points for Darren Walls, but he didn't play the second half. Mystery, 2 points for Rick Puskar, did not play the second half. 11 points for Kevin Lee tonight, his best outing as the Yellow Jackets, all in the first half. 1 3-pointer he scored in the game. Theron had a 3-pointer right at the end. Those were the only 2 that were made. Terry Clark had 10 points, 6 in the first half, 4 in the second half. He shot 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Pat Robinson did not score as he played. He was 0 for 2 from the line. And as a team, the Yellow Jackets shot 25 free throws and made 20 of them. But West Liberty, they were victorious, and they deserve it. Pat on the back for a good coaching job by Paul Holtshoe and a good spirited run by the Hilltoppers of West Liberty. They did it all tonight. It was their show, especially a guy named Kenny Holmes, who scored 25 points, 3 for 5 from the line, and played super basketball. And he was just carried also by Mike Moore. 21 for Mike. He had 16 in the first half, only had 5 in the second half, but he was benched because of foul trouble, and he shot 5 for 6 from the line. 12 points tonight for Ron Gould, who was 4 for 4 from the line, and 4 points for well on the boards, and got the starting nod for the Hilltoppers, and collected 11 points. A lot of good rebounding in the first half, 7 in the first half, only 4 points in the second half. Credit that to Rob Montgomery, super play. Bob Marsh coming in off the bench scored 4 points, 2 for 2 from the line. Bart Bodell had 10 points, played a solid game, scored 8 points in the second half. Ron Hinkle, the point guard, only with 2, but was dazzling with his ball control. Johnny Burns, I think, maybe the story that Paul Olchu is happy about. He's a freshman guard that came in and played super in the first half. He had 6 points in the first half and came back with 9 big points, a three-pointer, and with just super ball control. And he had 15 points, the point guard, the freshman, Johnny Burns. Air holds from the floor also, and they got back about 5 points to the 15, got it down to 10. But after that, it was just all West Liberty, and they just whomped the Yellow Jackets by 22.
And we also understand that Kevin Lee is going to be taken to a hospital as soon as he showers. They're going to check him for a possible concussion. He banged his head on the floor when he was hit going up for a layup undercut or something, and but he took a pretty good blow on the head, and they're going to take him to a hospital to be examined as a precautionary measure. Also, we understand unofficially that Rick Puskar and Darren Walls are benched. They were not fired for the team. They just were benched for the second half. So the roller coaster ride continues, and we'll take it to Westminster. That's the next stop, and airtime is 7:10 on Saturday night from New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Our producers tonight back in the studio have been Bill Price and Steve Keener. This is John Loper speaking for Frank Music, saying so long from West Liberty State College. Final score tonight, West Liberty 108, Waynesburg 86. This has been a